Yo, what is up guys? It's just Snuff here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to build some Fortnite weapons and tools in Lego. So yeah, let's get right into the video. And yeah, as I said guys, this is pretty much a bunch of Fortnite stuff pretty much made in Lego. Now the main part is pretty much these guns right here. I have 3 pickaxes I want to show you, and then I have 2 gliders right here, but I'm only going to show you guys how to build this one right here. This is pretty much the default glider. And then I have 4 skins right here. They're not really a part of the video or part of the tutorial. They're just mainly here for show, to show you all this stuff. But I mean, yeah, let's get right into the weapons. So starting out with the weapons, the first one right here on the top left is pretty much the regular AR, the regular assault rifle right here, and I really like how this design came out. For like the little handle on the top, I just used a regular 1x1 vertical clip to kind of capture that. You guys can see how I use minifigure hands to get the little magazine, and of course to get the little kind of scope or little iron sight on the top there. But I mean, yeah, I think it's a really simple build. And moving on, let's go down a little bit. I have 2 regular SMGs right here. Now these are kind of similar to the burst, not the burst rifles. They're kind of similar to the ARs, just I use these 1x1 kind of old like Exoforce hands for the magazine instead of the regular minifig hands. But I did use the minifig hand again for the little iron sight, and then I used a 1x1 clip on the back again for like the little kind of short stock they have. Next up on like the top kind of center row right here is of course the Scar. Now I really love how this weapon came out. It is a little oversized. If I can get a minifigure right here, you can see how the stock kind of hangs out like behind the minifig right here, kind of over the shoulder. It kind of reminds me of like a bazooka or like a rocket launcher, but I mean it's kind of oversized, as you guys can tell. But I mean, this is the best I could do for the Scar, and I mean, I think it looks really nice. I actually cut a 1x4 lightsaber blade in gray to get this 1x2. I actually had it pre-cut, so I just used that. And then I used a minifigure hand right here. It's very loose, so if you like move this around, it might fall off every here and there. So I normally just use that for looks for the magazine right there. Another iron sight right here, and then one back here for the little sight. And then for the little railing on the top, I just used a 1x2 grill in black. And for the stock, I just used one of these 1x1 plates in gray. But I mean, I really like how the Scar came out. Definitely one of my favorite weapons out of all of these. Now right next to the Scar is the Scoped AR or Scoped Assault Rifle. Now I actually got this kind of whole design from TAY BRIX. I will leave his video in the top right corner so you guys can go definitely check him out. I used some designs from him and kind of modified them to kind of make them look better and appeal to me better, so I can make them, you know, look more accurate. But here is the Scope Rifle. He pretty much used a little pipe piece, cut it off and kind of put it on the top here to extend it. I don't have any like pipe pieces available to me to do that, but I mean, I think it looks fine like this, using the regular kind of Star Wars long gun and using the minifigure hand for the magazine yet again. But I mean, yeah, that looks really nice. And moving down to the center right here is the rocket launcher. This is probably one of my favorites I have designed. Again, I use one of these Exoforce arms for the handle, but I use one of these kind of like 1x1 clips that can hold like a lightsaber blade in it. I'm not too sure what these pieces are called, but I use one of those for the magazine. And pretty much for the top of the thing, for the top of the rocket launcher, there are pretty much 2 of these like bars sticking out, but I could only implement one using this little like T-bar piece right here. Again, I used a lightsaber hilt right here for like the end of the rocket, and then for the tip I just used one of these cylinder pieces in gray. Now my next weapon, and definitely a popular one amongst Fortniters, is the tactical shotgun right here, and I kind of like how this came out. Now I did kind of take some design from TAY BRIX with the front section right here, but I kind of modified the rest. You guys can see how I use this Technic pin right here and kind of use this a little like gun blaster piece right here and kind of connected it in between like the little kind of open gap in this Technic pin right there, so it kind of holds it together and it's not that loose. And then I use 1x1 clips in gray on the top right there to kind of finish off the railing. And then for like the little kind of stock or rest, I use a 1x1 clip in red, but I really like how this came out. I think it looks really nice. And right below that is the burst rifle. This is like one of my least favorites in the game and like in Lego form. I don't know, it doesn't really look too appealing. I wish the handle right here was orange, but I don't have any Exo Force arms in orange to do that, and I could not find any other kind of way to get that orange, so I just left it gray. You guys can see how I did the stock right here. You can't really get that angle up, but I just used a minifigure hand just to get that angle down. It would be better if you could kind of like angle it up again, but I mean, I think that looks fine. And again, for the magazine, I used a minifigure arm. You guys can see I used this kind of cone piece up here, and then yet again another Technic pin, and it's all based on just a single lightsaber blade piece in black, and I think that's actually really nice. And now the last weapon I'm going to show you guys is the sniper rifle right here. Now this thing is actually huge, and you can't really like have a minifigure hold it like with them directly like in front of them. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So since this stock is huge, I cannot like point it forward, so they're always like angling it to the side to kind of shoot it, so you guys can like shoot it kind of like that. I mean, I think that looks really nice, but I mean, if you want to get that cool like kind of real like sniper location setup, I'm not too sure what to call it. If you want to get that cool kind of sniper setup, you can't really have the minifigure hold the blaster. Now moving on from the weapons, the next things I want to show you are actually these chug jugs, or shield potions is their more accurate name, but this is a very simple design. I just used these 1x1 cylinder pieces in trans blue and put on these kind of like stud tiles right here in light gray to kind of get that the lid of the jar on there. And for the bandages right here, I also took this design from TAY BRIX. You guys should definitely check out his video, but these are just built up on studs with a white stud, red one, and then another white one. And right here I just used a kind of stud tile or a kind of flattened off 1x1 cylinder tile right here, mainly because it looks more cleaner, but I only have one of these in white right now, so I just had to use studs for the rest. But I mean, I think that looks kind of nice. Now right here actually is Carbide's glider, and this is my Lego like Carbide minifigure. It's not the best, this is the best I could do with the parts available to me, as you guys can see there, but I mean, this is my simulated Carbide's glider, and I mean, this thing is huge, but I really like how it came out. I mean, the little middle section right here, couldn't get all those kind of like light or energy detailings for that, but I mean, I think that looks really nice. And the wings are pretty simple. I didn't use too many like interesting techniques for that, but I mean, I really like how this came out. It's nice and simple, and you can simulate it pretty well if you want to like play around with this or use it in a display. Now the glider I am going to be showing you guys how to build later on is of course the default one, so let me take my minifig right here and you guys can see how he's holding it on. For both of the gliders I use these T-bar pieces right here, and I think that technique works out really nice. If you angle the hands up right, they can hold on to it pretty well, but you guys can see how I did the overall glider right here. For the actual like parachute piece right here, I actually have to brick built it. It doesn't look the best, but I mean, I don't know, I don't have any like Lego kind of vinyl or cloth pieces you can attach to these like short lightsaber hilts right here, so I kind of had to brick built it, but I think it looks really nice for that. I use these blue kind of like chi pieces right here, that's what I like to call them, for like the little lights up front right here, and then you guys can see how I got the little fins on the side, of course, to help the stability. And then for like the actual like energy output resource that's kind of like holding up the parachute, actually letting it fly like a hot air balloon, I just used one of these kind of like 2x2 circular plates and put a stud in the middle of it, and I think that works out pretty nice. I really liked how this came out, and I will be showing you guys how to build this. Now lastly, I want to talk about the pickaxes I made. Now the one I have in front of me is Carbide's pickaxe. It's pretty simple. It's used a lightsaber blade right here, and I actually built this part upside down and this part of course forward, using slopes right here and then using a chi slope right here in medium azure. And I think this looks really nice, really simple, but I think it captures the look of his pickaxe really well from season 4, of course. From the season 4 battle pass this one came out. And moving on to season 3, actually my Dark Voyager figure right here, my custom one, is actually holding this little like rocket ship pickaxe. So for the rocket ship right here, you guys can see how I did that. I used a 1x1 clip right here and then used a orange 1x1 clip with a horizontal like clip attached to it on the side, and then I used one of these kind of like flick fire missile end pieces to kind of top off the rocket, and I think that looks really nice. Of course, just use more 1x1 clips, and then use one of these 1x1s with like a little kind of like circular like piece right here. I'm not too sure what you call that, but it has like a little spot where you can put like a lightsaber blade. But I mean, yeah, I really like how this one came out. And moving on to the actual default skin of it, I just used a regular kind of like staff piece in brown, the 6 long kind of bar pieces, and then I used one of these kind of like minifigure ski poles, not ski poles, like the minifigure skis right here. This has a sticker on it, maybe because I had to borrow it for a set temporarily, but I just use one of these and you can just stick it to the top, and I mean, I think it looks really good. Kind of captures a pickaxe from Fortnite. So yeah, and if you guys want to know my skins, this is just a default one right here. This is a custom Raven skin. I used a ninja hat mainly because I don't have an actual hood piece in black. This is the Dark Voyager, and this is of course carbide. But I mean, that is pretty much it for the review of all these items, so let's get into the build tutorial. First, for our build tutorial, why don't we start out with the weapons? now I'm going to show you guys how to build the glider. So yeah guys, that is pretty much it for this video. This was kind of a different one. I was just making Fortnite weapons the other day, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of show you guys what I pretty much created, and I thought it'd be a good video. So here it is right here. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, please hit that like button and that subscribe button with the notification bell on if you want to see more LEGO creations built by me. But anyways guys, it's just Noff signing out.
Riding on the road with a dollar sign attached to my head. Riding on the road with a dollar sign attached to my head. Riding on the road with a dollar sign attached to my head.